Hey guys, Tommy Robinson. If you don't know who he is, you should look this man up. I'm so sorry I'm late on this. I've been wanting to do this this video for a long time. I've been following him for a while, and he's an amazing person. It really breaks my heart and it infuriates me that he's been labeled as an alt-right racist. He's not. This is why I want you to check into him. So basically, he's a guy who has balls of steel, pretty much, who lives in the UK, and he has been speaking out on these pedophile rings in Europe, and which happen to be Muslim. Now, people get, they label him racist because he's just stating facts when he's saying that he's Muslim. When I hear him speak, when I've heard him on interviews, I don't have any indication that he's a racist, that he doesn't hate people that are not white. He's a very calm, I've seen him be mad, but I've also seen him go up and talk to people and try and have conversations with them very, very rationally, even in times when I feel that person didn't deserve it, where they basically needed to have the shit knocked out of them and laid out, but he still took the option to talk to him. Now I've seen and I've seen other videos where he's just been doing stuff and people have come up to him and physically beat him, and he's had to fight back. So he doesn't take shit off of anybody, but he also is a very passionate person, and he's a father, he has children. So for the migrant crisis that's happening in Europe to come and just sweep over his culture and his country, and it's also enmeshed in pedophilia, it's quite devastating. When you hear him talk, you can just hear the pain and the frustration in his voice, because there should be more people that are standing by him and speaking out with him, but he's been one of few that have been speaking out on this situation. So one thing I also want to talk about is the difference between diversity and multiculturalism. So I believe in integration. I am very lucky and very fortunate to have friends and family members of all different races. I'm very blessed. I feel like, people that choose to be a segregationist or go with segregation, they're really missing out. I respect their right, though. If they want to do that, that's fine. I think, there are people of all different races, and not just a white thing, that prefer to mix with their own kind and associate with their own kind. If they want to do that, that's fine. But, okay, so I'm digressing. But, so multiculturalism, when you have two different cultures with completely different ideologies, and you try and put them in a space where they have to live together, I think that's impossible. Right? So a lot of the Islamic people, or Muslims, I should say, that's coming over in Europe, a lot of them think it's okay to marry, 9-year-old kids, have sex with them. And for Western culture, that shit is not okay. It shouldn't be okay in any culture, really, but it's not okay. So if you're gonna put those two cultures in a small space together, it's gonna clash, okay? Now, if they were Muslim and they had the same values as that culture, then they can be able to coexist with each other. But there's some people, they're not budging. Like the Westerns is budging on their culture. The Western culture is budging on their ideals and ideologies and values, and the people coming in aren't willing to budge on their ideals and values and ideology. And my thing is, if you're gonna go to a country, no matter where you are, you're gonna have to adapt to their ideologies and their values if you want to be respected in that country. Okay? So just like the ugly Americans that go to different countries and they expect everybody to speak English and do stuff American-like, even if you feel that your culture is better, you're in their country, so you're gonna have to chill the fuck out and go abide by their rules. If not, then leave. Okay? And the same thing, I think that if people are gonna go, they're supposed refugees that are running from war and war-torn stuff, but if they're gonna be in somebody else's country, they need to learn to abide by their rules and their values, or get the fuck out, okay? So this is where I don't think that multiculturalism really works. Now, you can have diversity, and you have people of different, ethnic groups and races and religions all coexisting in one space if they know how to respect each other's boundaries and values and ideals. But in this case, with the migrant crisis happening in Europe, they don't seem like they know how to do that. So I understand when people get really offended by that and they feel like they're not allowed to express their point of view. You know, in Europe, I don't know if you guys know this, but there are people that aren't even allowed to express how they feel about this migrant crisis. You know, in Germany, not just in England, Tommy Robinson's in England, but in Germany and in Denmark. I went to South by Southwest a couple years ago, and I was asking people from Germany about how they felt about the migrant crisis, and they just got so uncomfortable. They were just like, oh no, it's great, it's great, it's great. Like, I was just like, well, I'll just change the subject, because obviously you're not really comfortable with talking about this, even though you're in a different country. It's really weird that, you know, your body language, you would just tense up like that and just get scared. I just want to know what's going on. But people have been having people show up to their doors for posting stuff on social media. It's talking about their outrage about the migrant crisis. And I kind of understand some of the white people that are just like, well, you know, they're going to find refuge in joining white supremacist groups because they feel safe. They're thinking about survival. They're not, I don't think that they're all necessarily bad people or even evil people. But I mean, if I was in that situation, I would probably do the same thing too. If I'm not getting valued, if I'm like, look, a bunch of people that come in my country that just happen to be a different ethnicity, and they're raping people and they're getting away with it and nobody's sticking up except for other white people, then I would probably want to join them just for safety reasons, you know, plain and simple. But getting back to Tommy, he's not like that. So what happened is he was arrested for reporting on another case that he was supposed to be silent about. So I think that this was just a perfect opportunity. It was a setup, I believe. It was a perfect opportunity to arrest him because they've been wanting to get Tommy Robinson put away for a while. Like, so last time I think he was arrested, he was in jail. Somebody tried to pour hot boiling sugar water on him. And if you guys don't know, when you put sugar in boiling water, it increases the temperature. I don't know by how much, but it makes it even hotter. So basically, they tried to murder him. So think about it. If he goes, they can't technically kill him, but they can put him in jail around a bunch of people that want to murder him, around a bunch of pedophiles and criminals that don't like him speaking out, that want to kill him, that would love to be famous for murdering him. Then they're going to just put him in that situation to make it easier. And, you know, so in addition to that, the thing that's even the creepiest thing to me is that there was a ban on people talking about this. So people couldn't even post stuff on YouTube or report on it. They basically kidnapped him. They kidnapped him and they tried to, you know, tuck him away in hopes that he had been killed, but it's backfired on him. And now it's backfired on them. People have been aware of it. People have been reporting it. Like Americans, I'm like, America, you can't shut us up. We're like, hell no, you're gonna tell us not to talk about it? We're going to talk about it. So Americans and other people around the world have been reporting on this, have been talking about it. It's gotten international attention. A few days ago, people stormed where he was in prison. And now I think he's gotten attention. I'm hoping, I've been praying that, you know, he's safe for the moment, because I think if something happens to him, people are going to lose their fucking mind and burn down like England. So I'm glad that this is going on, but it's basically straight out of like some dystopian future novel, that they're just basically now silencing people and putting them away for speaking their minds. He didn't do anything. He didn't kill anybody. He didn't hurt anybody. He didn't call anybody racial slurs. He was speaking his mind, and they don't want people thinking. He gets people to think. He's a very, very impassioned, smart person, and when he speaks, people want to listen, and he gets them thinking. And they can't have thought leaders like that, you know, making people think for themselves and thinking about their oppression. So they have to do something about it, and this is why I believe that they basically kidnapped and put Tommy Robinson away. So I know there's some people now, last I heard, the ban was lifted, and people are reporting on it now, and it's gotten attention. So I've been praying. I think he's safe. I hope he's safe for now. Please check him out. Support him. If you feel inspired, if you guys that have new channels, if you feel inspired to do a video about him, please do, because this is how we're going to, You know, this isn't just about Tommy. You know, we're very blessed. Those of us that are in America, we are so blessed. We are so blessed to be in this country. I can't think of, you know, I think of people that want to dog this country, and I think that yes, there have been darker fractions of the government that have done horrible things, but it has nothing to do with the people of this country and what this country was founded on. And the fact that people are very you know, they want to talk about, oh, America isn't that great. It's usually the people that's never like left America. They've never gone to other countries. They've never had to live and work. I've had to live and work in another country. So it totally changed my perception. I think that, or the people that have traveled, they're just very detached, and they've gone to different countries, but they've stayed in like the 5-star hotels, you know, and they have no idea about the real people of the country. So anyway, I just wanted to say that Tommy and Tommy's family and friends, I'm praying for you. Much love to you. And yeah, okay guys, that's it. Peace, truth, love. Bye. Mwah.